We have arrived at the Achray Campground in Algonquin Park for the annual 4-day boys trip. The weather looks amazing. We have some hikes, paddles, and fine campfire cuisine planned. Our first stop is going to be the park store. There's a sign out front saying that there are bears in the area, so got to make sure that the food is all stored properly and be mindful of that. We then took a look at the interpretive center in the cabin right next to the park store to learn the history of the park.
Oh, yes, right there. Yeah, I see it now.
Beautiful fox, too.
Scared. Yeah. That's pretty well. Looking for food.
Yeah, that's what they call a brown bullhead. You can tell by the fan-shaped tail.
The coffee doesn't hurt. I was a little miffed trying to find that stupid outhouse. Couldn't believe the light went off.
We are starting day 2 off with a hike of the Berm Lake Trail, which runs along Berm Lake as well as Johnston Lake. Weather is perfect for it and the colors are really popping. Finished up our hike. Now we're back to the site to have some lunch. We're having some of the coconut Thai soup that I make so often and cooking her down, enough for the 3 of us. This afternoon we're doing the short hike up the Jack Pine Trail, which takes you to a stunning lookout over Grand Lake as well as a beautiful natural beach. back to our campsite and time for some campfire pizza.
What's that?
Fox.
Nice.
Food here.
Nice.
Day 3. Looking good. Look like a day we get some paddling in, maybe. All right, the boys and I are heading on a paddle adventure. We're gonna portage from Grand Lake here into Stratton Lake and then up to the High Water Falls. And then the plan is to maybe stop by a backcountry site there, have a little shore lunch, and mosey our way back and get a line wet, see what happens. So we've made her to Portage to Stratton Lake, slowly making our way back here, and then we'll go across there to High Falls. It's only about 50 meters, so not too bad. We got through the portage, and we're back here at this little creek that's going to take us into Stratton Lake, and well on our way to the High Falls. I swear we'll get there eventually.
Hey boys, that's Falls. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we've made it to the landing spot to hike up to High Falls. It took us about 2 hours from Achray to get to this point. I was somehow convinced to take the natural water slide down the High Falls in mid-October.
All right, well, I did it, 44 years old. Did the natural water slide here at the High Falls on October 20th. Not too bad at all. It's actually pretty nice in the sun, so I'm already warm, and we'll do it again, but not today. Alright, so the boys and I made it back from High Falls, and we just stopped at one of the backcountry sites here on Stratton Lake on a nice little point, and I'm going to make up some bannock, and we're going to have that for our lunch. Right there, we got the pot all heat up, so we're going to throw the bannock in there and let this cook for a bit. Be a nice snack. Alright, bannock's looking done. Time to bon appetit. Okay, let's cool off a bit. She's a bit doughy, boys. Alright, time to test her out. Rip the piece off, boys. Just remember how cooked it. That big one, come on. Tasting good?
That's quite nice.
Good bannock.
Doing a little tour of this backcountry site before heading back to Achray. These backcountry sites actually come with a pre-installed food pack cable, which is great for keeping bears and other rodents away from your food.
Back to the portage spot that takes us back into Grand Lake. Just a quick 50-meter portage, so it shouldn't be too bad down the trail there. And back to the campsite around the corner.
Interesting stuff. Broadcasting not live from Algonquin Park here. Eric just was testing his food as he should be. And Al is looking over your shoulder, getting a little bit. Here we go. What do we think so far? It's a good Brussels sprout. It's good Brussels sprout. Tell us a little bit about what you're cooking here.
It's Brussels sprouts. Gonna mix some butter in with those and some lemon on it.
All right.
And this is pork tenderloin roast.
Oh my.
Mediterranean season.
I like this.
Sweet potatoes cubed up in there.
Oh, fantastic.
Can't wait, my son. I'm drooling.
You drooling?
Absolutely drooling.
Because of the food this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You like that?
Well, final morning here at Achray. It's been a great trip. Can't beat the weather. It's supposed to be high 23 today. Would love to stay the whole day, but got to get back to reality. Whipping up some pancakes here, and then we're actually going to explore a little more hiking before we take off. But can't complain about this trip other than not catching any fish. It's been beautiful. One last hike before heading home, checking out the beautiful Barren Canyon Trail. Alright, well that's the end of another Eric's Outdoor Adventure. A fun 4 days here in Achray Provincial Park in Algonquin. Back home, last trip of the year. Might do a day trip or two before the weather gets snowy, but other than that, it should be it for the year and start planning for next year. Thanks for sticking around.